Hey everybody, I find it absolutely horrifying that the Alameda County Board of Supervisors did not step in and extend the eviction moratorium. April 29th is the deadline. Oakland has its own eviction moratorium that's not impacted. But Alameda County is a much larger entity than its county seat, the city of Oakland. Basically, Alameda County has made assurances that its tax base will continue to shrink. Why? Because more people will be pushed out of their homes, have less of an opportunity to get jobs because people are getting laid off already. They'll have to leave the area, which means the tax base will shrink, and yet the prices won't shrink because of it, because of price taking. The best way to solve this from the start was to employ legislation called AB 464 Mullen, passed now almost 2 years ago, and use tax increment financing to essentially trap the property tax that generally gets leaked out of the county, and then employ that to help landlords maintain their facilities while a moratorium eviction is in place in order to reduce the likelihood of homelessness dramatically. But the county didn't see this as an equation with two parts, revenue and expenses. They just looked at what turns out to be the expense side, saw that landlords had expenses to pay and weren't getting money from tenants because the tenants didn't have jobs, and then said, hey, lift the moratorium. And then when you go to the county supervisors, they say, well, we run out of money. They don't go to the federal government and yell, crisis, we need help. Is it because they're Democrats and we have a Democratic president? I hope not. But I do find there's an awful lot of effort put into being really nice to people in Washington rather than demanding about what's needed, so all the crap flows up, which is what's supposed to happen. Elected officials have to do better in Alameda County. From a coliseum that's dilapidated, that basically looks more like a gigantic glorified high school gymnasium, but in point of fact is worth multi-billion dollars, to a homeless population that increased by 22% last year and certainly will increase this year, to an office vacancy rate in Oakland that is at 20%. The signs are all around that an active government is needed to bring this economy back into shape while the world economy is trying to bring itself back into shape because of the pandemic. Oh, and there's that COVID-19 issue. Newsflash. The pandemic is still with us. Why? Because people are still getting and dying from COVID-19. Just because it's in smaller numbers doesn't mean that COVID-19 is no less important. Why? Because all it takes is one good mutant spark for us to be in this problem all over again. We're making a lot of mistakes. Oh, and then Howard Terminal? Tell you what, I'll make another video about that, but Alameda County has doomed Howard Terminal. Why? Very simple. Because with the ever-increasing number of homeless, there is no way that elected officials in Oakland or Alameda County want to approve tax increment financing to be used for infrastructure for the Howard Terminal project. Not at all. Because the situation will have become so bad with respect to homelessness and just the way the situation looks, the urban mess that we've created, that people will think that such ideas are insane. So you can kiss the athletics goodbye. The county supervisors have done a dramatically bad mistake. They can fix it, but right now it doesn't look like they want to. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark OaklandNewsNowBlog.com.